Alrighty, traders, Bitcoin monster trade is now on hold. So we're going to talk about this crash and where to next. But just briefly, I'll just mention this monster trade idea. We look for a reversal on the higher time frame, like this here, for example. And then we start building positions, and when your bias is bullish, obviously you'll buy. Continue up, continue up. When the market pulls back, you will lose all of these trades through here. But these are still in the system. Pulls back, you lose these guys, okay, and then you keep building it. And then the idea is following a daily time frame. If we get to a double top situation, we can look to exit, and you have this accumulation of these trades. The strategy is to close 50% of the position at 1R, and you'll follow your stop loss up as you go. So by the time you reach an all-time high like that and you decide to close everything, that's a huge payday, and you've made money along the way. So these trades here that were closed on this pullback, you're still making money because you're closing 50% partial profits of each trade all the way up and moving your stop loss so that it's in a profitable position. So the market's pulled back, and I was looking at this area here for a potential monster trade, right? And I had hopes that this would continue up and beyond previous high, all-time high. Well, as it was, now it's reversed. Okay, so we lose these trades. And remember, all of these bullish trades we've taken are profitable, given that we've closed partial profits, 50% of each one. So it's a very low, no-risk strategy. So as we are now, we could get rid of these because market has taken a bit of a dump. All right. So where to next? We have to consider that it's winter time, guys. Okay, put your coat on, and we just ride this out now. So this is in a strong downtrend. All right, we have broken these lows here. So that's significant. The next major port of call is going to be down in here. And I mean, we don't know how far this is going to go, but you can mark up these levels here as potential. I mean, it's down to 52. I mean, it's Bitcoin. Don't underestimate how far this thing can move. So that's coming down back into 49.50 around here. The other thing you can do is throw a volume profile on there. Volume profile, take it back. Yeah. And you can see where there's key levels back in here. Alright, so I'd move that to the top. And, you could use this. You're going to be shorting this now. You could use the volume profile here, the high of these nodes that come out further here. That would be your target levels. So that's an institutional level, basically. Look through this level, you can see a lot of businesses been, and you can see how it's this level's been respected time and time again. All right, so these are important levels. All right, so we have broken through this previous low. Yeah, I mean, my next target is this level under here. All right, so how do we get involved? I mean, you could look to short this. So if we go down to time frames, now it's trending bearish. Yeah, okay, I'd be looking for short opportunities. Just keep an eye on the NASDAQ, the tech stocks. Okay, we'll just have a quick look and see what's going on with the NAS. I don't believe this is, look, my bias, my ultimate target is bullish with this. And I think this is just a temporary setback. Let's just have a quick look at the NAS, and I'll just clear the decks here, take all that out. Look at this. volatility and just see how this has been range bound through here for however long. Okay, so we need to see a decisive move with the NAS. If the NAS was to break out bullish, then I think Bitcoin would follow, given that they're both risk assets. But at the moment, it's not giving us anything, guys. This sideways range from the high to the low of this range, pretty much. That's all we got. Okay, it's not like it's trending like that, you know what I mean? Okay, so we're caught in this kind of no man's land at the moment. And, it's just a waiting game, really. So just keep an eye on the NASDAQ. And look, we're getting this pump, dump, it pumps, it dumps, you know what I mean? It's a real pump and dump trading environment at the moment. This is reflected across the currency pairs. It's just been a really difficult time in the markets for everybody. Really tough. I'm coming out slightly ahead of break even this week on my live account. So at least I'm up, not losing. We come out ahead every week, but this week slightly ahead at the moment, and I'm just holding back. I'm reluctant to get involved when it's just really messy like that. So coming back to Bitcoin, where to next? You've just got to follow the price action, and it's really a simple matter of mucking up these swing points. It's already pulled back. Okay, so it's done that. Now I'd be looking for that to possibly roll over short. Okay, so the way to get involved with that is to go down to the 30-minute time frame and just look for the pullback as we get it. Right, it pulls back, and it's just the same thing over and over again. Just rinse and repeat. Right, it breaks structure. Right, that's your opportunity. Okay, we'll just call it a chock, change of character. So when chock is usually the first break, and then the break of structure is the second one. But once it starts to break, we look to get short. Right, so these are your entry points. So we're going to be looking for the same thing. I'll just get that out of there. Short position, right, and then stop. Just go above the previous. Okay, I usually go for there's a target down there. That's one target, and then we've got, I would go for that next target, and look to close 50% of your position as you go, right, at 1R. So look for a 1-to-1 risk reward and close 50%. So I'm just looking for more of the same here. All right, copy that. I'm looking for this now to break structure, to give me a reason to get short. So we need to look at price action. It's come back, all right, something like that. Okay, if that happens, then I'm short. Stop above the previous high, and I would go, well, that's 6R. Okay, so you could start building short positions if you wanted to, and go for a I don't know, we'd call it a monster trade, but if you'd been doing that from back up in here. All right, so this is how you can build your Bitcoin stash and really capitalize, right? So short positions now. Just follow the same strategy. It's just rinse and repeat. So if you add, look, that's 14R, 11R, okay? Add all that up, and you can see how this is a incredibly profitable strategy, right? So while it's selling off, that's the way to go. Now at some stage, it could turn around. It could also turn around here. Who knows, right? So you've just got to be really careful when you set these up. The first position you open will be the one that you probably have a bit of anxiety about, I suppose, because it can turn around. How long's this been going now? Okay, it's been going for a while. At some stage it's going to reverse, but once you build one position and then you close 50% and then you pull your stop loss down and that's in the money, the rest are easier, and then like if you've got 2 or 3 behind you, excuse me, it's just a no risk strategy then when all of these are in the money, and then you can follow these stop losses down behind you. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at the moment. So just see if we get a breakout and a pullback. All right, and understand that could even fake out and travel north. Okay, there's always that risk. But yeah, I mean, we're always looking for continuation of a trend. Anyway, guys, look, that's my take on Bitcoin at the moment. Let's go back to a candle chart so you can see that. Just be careful, and we need that breakout before we get involved. Love it if you comment. Definitely share your thoughts on this. And with that, I hope you have a great day. Safe trading, and I'll see you in the next one.